versus Dwayne Rucker, 24 CR 1136. We're here on two motions. Motion in limine regarding the testing of the substances on the two different dates, and a motion to reveal the identity of the CI and demand for discoverable recordings. Where does that stand, Ms. Smith?
Your Honor, as to the motion to reveal the CI identity and produce the videos of the controlled buys were produced back on March 25th, I believe. The identities of the confidential informants have not been revealed at this time, although there are names associated with those CIs that defense counsel is aware do not correspond with the individual.
Mr. Geigerich?
Your Honor, I will provide. It was under assumption that I told her who it was, but I will provide that immediately following the hearing.
Well, why don't you two step out in the hallway and talk about that right now before we start anything else? From what I understand. And then subsequent subpoenas went out, I think were served today to show up at 1 o'clock, is that right?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay. So how would I hold Gilson to anything when she wasn't even served with it? It was left at her door, but she wasn't there.
Your Honor, that in part why we would add, we understand the severity and seriousness of asking for a material witness warrant or.
Well, but she hasn't refused to appear for anything.
Your Honor, she did refuse. She received the initial subpoena, which did incorrectly order her to appear yesterday at 2 p.m. She did not appear yesterday.
We didn't have a hearing yesterday.
And additionally, Your Honor, she did confirm receipt of her subpoena on Friday via email on May 30th at 7:23 p.m. and emailed directly to me. Good evening. I received the subpoena.
And I saw that because she sent it to Maria also, so I'm aware of that email. But whether she was here at 2 o'clock yesterday or not doesn't matter because there was no hearing yesterday.
And
so she's not failed to comply with anything. I mean, these subpoenas were filed at 11:26 today, telling her stuck on her door to be here at 1 o'clock today. Okay,
Your Honor, regardless of the subpoena issue, it is the state's burden to produce its analysts to testify to their work.
Let's stop right there, okay? Because this whole thing is ridiculous, okay? The fact that we're wondering where Gilson is, okay, is a big problem for the state because you should move hell and high water to get Gilson here because this impacts your lab, okay? The allegations here are deadly serious, that there was a lot of stuff going on there that shouldn't have been going on. Now, whether that is borne out with the testimony, we'll see, okay? But certainly, if the drugs were analyzed by Mr. Meter and confirmed by Ms. Gilson, okay, and the allegation is that they were doing everything wrong over that time period, then, God damn it, I would think that you would want to have her here, and Mr. Meter is here to answer these questions so we can figure out in this case, because this is about this case, okay? It's not about the lab, it's about this case and whether the correct process was followed, whether they were analyzed properly such that they should be admitted into evidence. So here's what we're going to do, okay? We're going to have this hearing at 8 o'clock on Monday morning, and we're going to start the trial right after that. So I'm going to presume that Ms. Gilson's going to be encouraged to show up here to give testimony. Because if not, I'm going to presume that she's going to be subpoenaed, okay, to show up at 8 o'clock on Monday, okay? And if she's not here, you know, then we'll have to send somebody to get her. And she'll be here one way or another. But I don't know why it wouldn't be in the best interest of the state to get her here to give that testimony.
Should I just be heard?
Go ahead.
the subpoenas that were issued for her aren't valid to begin with.
Okay, all right. Then I presume well, I don't know why they're not valid, or whether they're valid, or why are they not valid?
If I might. They're
Well,
issued in the name.
tell her what she did improperly.
Faith Andrews is not the corporate courts.
What?
Faith Andrews is not.
Okay, all right, let's quit screwing around. Mr. Rucker's been indicted, okay? And one of them's an F1, okay? So this is serious shit, okay? So let's quit fucking around and let's do this the proper way so that case gets adjudicated on the merits. All right?
I agree, Your Honor.
God damn it.
All right.
What was the addendum, Nicole?
He tested positive on May 7th for a cocktail of drugs when he was arrested.
That is correct. It was May 7th. He tested positive for methamphetamine, benzodiazepine, MDMA, and an antidepressant. He did test on May 7th.
So there's that violation. You understand that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Deeb, what does he want to do?
He's going to waive his final hearing, Your Honor, and plead guilty to the probation violations.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's your plea to those violations?
Guilty.
I'll accept your guilty plea and find you guilty. What's the problem?
The problem is, Your Honor, I thought I was doing really good when I got out, and I started to stop going to my meetings and things so much.
Why?
I thought I can do it on my own.
Wait a minute. You were here, I sentenced you on January 24th,
Yes,
and you're not, April 7th, okay? So 2.5 months later, you're not showing up. So you weren't doing good. Don't give me that shit you were doing good, because you weren't doing good. If you were doing good, you would have showed up to decision points. So why don't you comply with what you're supposed to comply with? That's designed to assist you. Why don't you do it?
because I was under influence again, sir.
Okay. Why?
I just needed more help than I realized.
If what led to all this shit back in January was your use of drugs and alcohol, why did you go out and use drugs and alcohol?
I'll be honest with you, sir. I need more help than I realized, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't answer. I think that it helps me, but it doesn't. And it makes everything worse.
When can you point to any time in your life that the drugs helped you?
And it hasn't. Can't.
So what made you think this time it was going to help you?
That's my thinking.
Where'd you get the drugs?
From my buddies. Well, not my friends, it's my associates.
Who?
There's a dude named David, and
David who?
I don't know his last name. I think it's David. I forget. And then there's a guy that I got it from, another guy, John Mueller, and a couple other people.
John Mueller?
Yes.
Why are you hanging around John Mueller? Didn't we have this discussion not too long ago about he's perhaps the dumbest human being alive?
Yes.
Why are you hanging around Mueller?
I ran into him at an AA meeting, and
AA meeting. It seems like you have no interest in any of this stuff.
I really do, Your Honor. I really just want to try to get rehab. I've never completed rehab, and I think it would help me.
Well, where did you go for your IOP after I let you out of here?
Signature Health.
And what did you do there?
I went there. They didn't recommend IOP. They just said to go to meetings, and they put me back in my Suboxone, and that's what got me using drugs again.
Do you have anything from Signature Health?
He potentially started something on February 21st. I have one piece of collateral information on that. So no regular weekly updates, so it does not appear that this was anything that went on for any long period of time.
So he started something? What did you tell them when you went there about your drug and alcohol use?
Your Honor, I lied.
Oh, okay. Well, is it any wonder they told you that There wasn't anything for you to do. Where'd you get your mental health evaluation?
No health evaluation, signature out too.
Okay, did you lie to them about that too?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. D?
Your Honor, knowing that he needs treatment, the family is here to support him. His mother is here. There's a program called Armada in Akron that would take him. They have a bed available to him, and it would be at no cost to Mr. Dameron. And it could be for up to 1 year, though it's not a secure facility.
It's not a secure facility. Why in the world would I think that he would do it?
Well, he would have the fact that you're going to send him to prison without a doubt.
I could send him to prison right now.
Prison's
That's not an impediment to me.
Prison's not what he needs, Your Honor. He needs that.
Well,
freedom.
maybe it isn't what he needs, but I could send him right now.
You're absolutely correct. You can. And otherwise, NeoCap would be a viable option. He's committed to making the change, Your Honor. And there is the mental health component over at Signature that also would be at Armada that would be.
Yeah, but
beneficial to him.
what good is it to go to Signature when he lies to him?
Well, he was
This guy's interested in partying. That's what he's interested in doing.
He's always voiced that he didn't need the Suboxone, but they prescribed it to him. I asked him why did he take it if he didn't think he needed it, but he took it because that's what they prescribed, and it led to some of these problems.
And Mueller gave him, whatever he gave him, and so he took it.
Correct. And Tyler knows he needs to change. He just doesn't know how, and he thought he could do it with some outpatient and he could get back to his regular life, but he realized he needs more help than he anticipated, and he's committed to it, Your Honor.
How many days does he have on this, Nicole?
29 days, Your Honor. He has 73 days prior.
Mr. Deeb, what else? What else you want to say?
If you would be interested in hearing from that program, I know the family would be willing to describe that to you. Other than that, Your Honor, we wait your decision.
All right, I've reviewed the pre-sentence report again and the drug and alcohol evaluation. Listened to the defendant and Mr. Deeb. I'm going to keep you on community control. You're going to serve 89 days in jail with credit for 29. The last 30, you'll be in the jail treatment program, and you'll follow all the recommendations. After you complete that, you're going to enter into the NeoCap program, complete it, and follow all those recommendations. And then the rest of the conditions I told you back on January 24th that haven't been completed, with the exception of decision points, you're going to complete all that. You're going to go and participate in everything that I told you to do. Including the no contacts. So do you understand that? I can't send you to a place where you can leave, because you've demonstrated to me clearly that you're not going to do
But I will, Your
voluntarily
Honor. If you give me
what I
one
told
chance,
you
I
to
could
do.
show you.
I just gave you a chance. I gave you a chance on January 24th. After a strangulation charge, I gave you a chance. And you blew it off within 2.5 months. So don't ask me for another chance. I'm giving you another chance. I'm not sending you to prison today. So I'm giving you another chance. You figure out what you want to do with that chance. So if you don't do it, you come back on a violation, I find you violated, and you'll go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Deeb?
No, Your Honor.